On September 2nd, 2025, the United States military carried out a dramatic strike on a vessel off the coast of Venezuela. According to U.S. officials, the targeted boat was an alleged drug smuggling craft linked to the notorious Tren de Aragua gang, a group Washington has recently designated as a terrorist organization. The strike, ordered under President Donald Trump's direction, killed 11 people. No American forces were harmed. Almost immediately, the news ignited heated debate across the Americas, raising questions about legality, human rights, and the growing militarization of U.S. anti-narcotics efforts. To understand the significance of this operation, it's important to look at the broader context. For weeks leading up to the strike, the U.S. had amassed a large naval presence in the Caribbean, just off Venezuela's shores. This task force included 3 guided missile destroyers, an amphibious assault ship, a nuclear submarine, surveillance aircraft, and thousands of Marines. The Pentagon described this deployment as part of a counter-narcotics mission, but many analysts noted the echoes of gunboat diplomacy, suggesting it may also be designed to pressure the government of Nicolás Maduro. The timing and scale of this buildup had already heightened tensions in the region. When the strike was announced, President Trump personally shared drone-like footage of the explosion on his Truth Social account, celebrating the action as a success and vowing there would be more where that came from. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth reinforced that message, signaling that further operations against drug traffickers and gangs should be expected. The administration portrayed the mission as a necessary escalation in the fight against organized crime, one meant to send a clear warning to cartels that the United States is ready to use lethal force. But critics were quick to push back. Rights groups, legal experts, and regional analysts argued that destroying a boat and killing its crew, rather than seizing the vessel and prosecuting suspects, represents a troubling shift. Adam Isaacson from the Washington Office on Latin America said, "Being suspected of carrying drugs doesn't carry a death sentence." The strike, critics say, blurs the line between traditional law enforcement and counterterrorism warfare. Adding fuel to the controversy, Venezuela's communications minister, Freddy Ñañez, claimed the drone footage Trump posted might even be artificial or manipulated. While Reuters reported it found no signs of tampering, the accusation underscored the high stakes of information warfare in this unfolding conflict. Regional reaction has been divided. Trinidad and Tobago's prime minister openly praised the strike, saying she had no sympathy for traffickers and even suggested such individuals should be dealt with violently. Barbados, on the other hand, urged caution and called for improved communication to prevent misunderstandings or accidental escalation at sea. Meanwhile, Venezuela condemned the action, questioning U.S. motives and warning that such attacks violated sovereignty and international norms. Beyond the immediate controversy, the strategic implications are enormous. For decades, U.S. counter-narcotics operations in Latin America have involved surveillance, interdictions, and arrests. Rarely have they crossed into open, lethal engagements on the high seas. By authorizing a strike that killed 11 suspected traffickers, Washington is signaling a willingness to treat drug gangs in the same way it once targeted terrorist organizations. Analysts warn that this approach could provoke retaliation, destabilize already fragile Caribbean states, and invite foreign powers such as Russia, China, or Iran to rally behind Venezuela in response. For supporters, this was a bold and necessary step to deter powerful cartels. For critics, it was an unlawful escalation that risks dragging the U.S. into deeper conflict in South America. What is clear is that September 2nd marked a turning point. This wasn't just a seizure of narcotics. It was a deadly show of force, a message to cartels and governments alike that the United States is prepared to act decisively. As the dust settles, one question remains. Was this the beginning of a new, more aggressive chapter in U.S. foreign policy, or a dangerous overreach that could spiral into wider confrontation? Only time will tell.